Now to our entertainment editor, Angela Bishop, who joins me on set with a major exclusive. Ange, do tell.
Sandra, yes, I can tell you that in a world first, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, has joined MasterChef Australia as a guest judge. The lifestyle influencer, actress, wife to Prince Harry and mother of two, filmed her top secret appearance on the hit show in Melbourne today, joining Sophia, Jean-Christophe and Poe in the MasterChef kitchen and giving this year's contestants an enormous surprise.
We've had MasterChef royalty in the kitchen before, but no one like this. All the way from sunny California, please welcome to MasterChef Australia, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle!
The latest season of MasterChef starts on 10 this Sunday, and stay tuned to 10 News Plus, where the MasterChef judges will reveal what went on behind the scenes at today's shoot. Sandra?
Now that's an exclusive. Thanks, Ange. We love it.
Today, we have something absolutely incredible coming out of Australia, and this is one of those moments that you can already tell is going to have people talking for days. Because while Prince Harry was out there carrying out meaningful, purpose-driven solo engagements, Meghan Sussex quietly stepped into a completely different lane and did something that honestly nobody saw coming. She appeared as a surprise guest judge on the hit show MasterChef Australia, and just like that, the internet lit up. Yes, squaddies. This is not a drill. Meghan Sussex walked into one of the most beloved cooking shows in the world and completely owned the moment. And what makes this even more powerful is how unexpected it was. There were no big announcements leading up to it, no drawn-out media build-up, just a quiet move behind the scenes that turned into a global headline almost instantly. That's the kind of presence we're talking about here. Meghan doesn't need to shout to be seen, she just shows up, and the world pays attention. Now, picture this. The Australia tour energy is already building. There's excitement in the air. Crowds showing up, people reconnecting with that same warmth we saw years ago. Prince Harry is moving between cities, meeting communities, continuing his deep commitment to causes that actually matter: mental health, veterans, real human connection. And at the very same time, Meghan is making her own move, stepping into a space that feels completely different on the surface, but actually aligns perfectly with who she is. Because, let's be honest, if you've been paying attention, this isn't random at all. Meghan has always had that connection to food, culture, storytelling, and community. So when news dropped that she filmed a guest judging role on MasterChef Australia, people didn't just react, they felt it. Because it makes sense. It fits. It's Meghan in her element. And can we just take a second to imagine what that moment must have been like for the contestants? You're already under pressure, the clock is ticking, your dish is on the line, and then suddenly you're standing face to face with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, presenting your work. That's not just nerve-wracking, that's unforgettable. That's the kind of moment you carry with you forever. But what really stands out here is not just that she showed up, it's how she showed up. Reports describe her as warm, engaging, encouraging, not distant, not intimidating. She didn't walk in trying to overpower the room, she connected with it. She uplifted people. She made them feel seen. And that right there is why people continue to gravitate toward her, no matter how much noise there is online. And of course, we have to talk about the details, because Meghan never just appears. There's always intention behind it. From her fashion choices to the designers she supports, everything is thought through. By wearing and highlighting Australian designers, she wasn't just showing up in style, she was actively uplifting local creativity. And that matters. That's how you use a platform properly. Not just to be seen, but to bring others into the spotlight with you. Meanwhile, Prince Harry is doing what he has consistently done for years, showing up for people in a way that is real and deeply personal. His work around mental health, especially through initiatives like Movember, continues to push conversations that a lot of people are still uncomfortable having. And when he visits places like the Australian War Memorial, it's not performative. It's rooted in his own experiences, his own service, and his genuine respect for those who have sacrificed. And this is where you really start to see the strength of their partnership. Because while Meghan is connecting through culture, creativity and relatability, Harry is connecting through service, advocacy and emotional depth. They're not doing the same thing, but they're moving in the same direction. And together they cover a spectrum of impact that very few people can match. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture for a moment, because this is where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about a TV appearance. This isn't just about a tour. This is about evolution. The last time Prince Harry and Meghan were in Australia, it was during a completely different chapter of their lives. That was when the world was watching them as working royals, when everything they did was filtered through tradition, expectation and limitation. But now, they're back in a completely different position. Independent, self-directed, free to move in ways that actually reflect who they are. And yet, despite stepping away from the institution, the connection hasn't faded. If anything, it's grown stronger. People are still showing up, still watching, still engaging. That doesn't happen by accident. And this is exactly why moments like Meghan appearing on MasterChef Australia hit the way they do. Because it breaks the mould. It challenges the narrative that some critics have been trying to push for years. The idea that she would somehow fade into the background or lose relevance? Clearly, that hasn't happened. If anything, she's expanded her reach. Because think about it. How many people can step into a completely different space, like a global cooking show, and still command that level of attention? How many people can move between humanitarian work, media appearances, lifestyle influence, and still feel authentic in all of it? That's not something you can fake. That's presence. That's adaptability. That's influence in its modern form. And yes, we have to address the critics, because they're always there. No matter what Meghan does, there will always be voices trying to tear it down, trying to question it, trying to spin it into something negative. But at this point, it almost feels predictable. Because the same people who say she's doing too much are the ones who would call her irrelevant if she did nothing at all. So really, what we're seeing here isn't about Meghan doing something wrong. It's about people being uncomfortable with the fact that she's doing it successfully. That she stepped away from a system that was supposed to define her, and instead of disappearing, she built something of her own. And not just built it, but made it visible, impactful, and impossible to ignore. And that's the part that really matters. Because in a world that can sometimes feel heavy, divided, and honestly a bit cynical, moments like this bring something different. They bring a sense of joy, a sense of connection, a reminder that influence doesn't have to be rigid or one-dimensional. It can be dynamic, it can be human, it can be real. So as we look ahead to when this MasterChef Australia episode airs, you already know the world is going to be watching. Not just to see what Meghan wears or what she says, but to see how she shows up. Because at this point, that's what people are drawn to. That authenticity, that presence, that ability to step into any space and leave it better than she found it. And honestly, that's something no amount of criticism has ever been able to stop. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you excited to see Meghan Sussex on MasterChef Australia? Do you think this moment shows exactly why she continues to have that global appeal? And what are your thoughts on how both she and Prince Harry are moving during this Australia tour? Drop your thoughts below. Let's get into it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more stories like this. And until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and keep the love alive.